On One Pot Tiny Kitchen today we're going to be making tandoori chicken, smoky restaurant style. The first step is to make our marinade for the chicken, which we will be marinating overnight for roughly 12 hours or so. And to serve with it, turmeric rice. Could be making a cucumber raita. Right, time to make the marinade. I've already measured out all my spices in there. If you want the quantities, that's going to be in the description below. Start with my yogurt. It's a Greek style yogurt. The yogurt does need to be thick, hence the Greek style. And I've got 100 grams here, around about half a cup or so. I just find these small pots are quite convenient because they generally are the right amount. To that I'm going to be adding all my spices. And then I want about 3/4 of a tablespoon of ginger paste and garlic paste. Now you can make it yourself. I'm just using this because it's convenient. And note, I'm using a teaspoon. I'm estimating about 3/4 of a tablespoon. Touch more, I think. I also need a tablespoon of lemon juice. The spice I'm using is turmeric, cumin, coriander, Kashmiri chili powder and garam masala. If you don't want the recipe too hot, don't use chili powder or Kashmiri chili powder. You can replace it with paprika and it will still taste fantastic, but it won't be quite as hot. So now I need to mix this all together. Paste type consistency. That's that done. I now need to get my chicken, and I've got about 600 grams of chicken here. One thing I did forget, so I need to taste this to make sure it's got all the right amount of seasoning. Yep, that tastes good. Now I'm using size mainly because they're quite nice and relatively thin, and that helps with the cooking. And all I'm going to do is make some slices across the top, about halfway down the thigh, about 1 inch apart. You can see the slots in there, the slices. And the idea of that is so that all the marinade gets in those spaces and you can pop that straight into the marinade. You can use any cut of meat, any cut of chicken I should say. Okay, that's in there now. I just need to coat all of that, but I'm just going to wash my hands quickly so that I can get chicken, raw chicken everywhere. And bear in mind I've still got some there to clean up, but I just wanted to coat this with all of the lovely marinade we got in there. Need to make sure every surface has got some marinade on it. Smells delicious. Got boats going past all the time. Just fantastic. There you go, and that's the marinade done. I just need to cover that, put it in the fridge, and that's going to be marinating away for between 6 and 12 hours. Longer the better. And while we wait for that to do its business, This is the view that I've got out of my kitchen window. A little bit windy, but it's absolutely lovely out there. Even the wind is fairly warm. While the chicken tandoori is marinating in the fridge, I thought I'd show you how I make myself some cucumber raita. These are the ingredients that I'll be using. Obviously a cucumber. I'm going to be using Greek style yogurt, nice and thick. Some cumin, some garam masala to sprinkle on top. And you'll see their mango powder. Now if you can't get or haven't got mango powder, you can substitute that with lemon juice. Just 1 teaspoon will be plenty. Salt and pepper, and I'm going to grate the cucumber today. If you haven't got Greek style yogurt and you've got just natural yogurt, you need to really just chop up into tiny cubes the cucumber, because as you grate it, it brings out some of the water and it would be far too runny if you're using natural yogurt. Now, the advantage of this dish is actually it helps to cool a hot curry, so it's like a balance. So you can actually have it with any curry really, which is what I do. So I'm going to start with grating around about a cup of cucumber. Now if you don't like the skin on a cucumber, just peel it off and grate the inside. So it's looking good. Right, next I'm going to add the Greek style yogurt. Again, as I said earlier on, these are 100-gram pots. I need about 1.5 cups, so I'm actually going to add both of these pots into the recipe. You can of course use a bigger pot, 500-gram pot, but only put in around about 200 grams or so. Next one, about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. I like to try and sprinkle that in so you don't get lumps of it when you mix it in. And another 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm using ground pepper. You can also use cayenne pepper in place of ground black pepper. And I now need to have about 2 tablespoons of coriander. Put that all in there. So that's all the ingredients, and now we just need to give it a really good mix. That looks good. Now that's basically finished. We just need to do a taste test to make sure we've got the seasoning right. Yep. I thought there was something missing there. Mango powder needs a little bit of a bite to it, with a bit of sourness. I'm just going to add a 1/4 teaspoon. And then we'll mix that again. And we do the taste test. Oh wow, the difference that mango powder makes, or lemon juice as I suggested before, is exactly what you need in there. And finally, as the boat goes past, the boat's rocking just a little bit, I've got some garam masala here, and all we're doing is sprinkling it on top to add as like a garnish. You don't want too much, just a little sprinkle. And there we go. That is our cucumber raita. That's beautiful, bright sunshine. Lovely day out there. The view from my kitchen window. Glorious. My face might look a little bit bright, but that's not extra lighting, it's actually reflection off the water. Absolutely fantastic out there. Right, it's about time we started cooking the chicken tandoori. Now, I don't have a tandoori oven, which would be ideal. So if anybody out there has got one, would like to give me one, or a manufacturer would like me to test one, I would love to do that. First job is to prepare the tray. Now, we are using one pot today, but not for the chicken tandoori. We're actually just using the one pot for cooking the turmeric rice. So how do we cook the tandoori? Let me show you. So what we're going to do first is to prepare the tray that I'm going to cook the chicken tandoori in. Now we're actually going to put it in the oven for about up to 25-30 minutes to cook it first, and then we're actually going to put it under the grill and just char some of the bits on the surface. So I've got some oil. What we're doing there is to just oil up the rack. That helps with the clean up later on. Let's get my chicken out of the fridge. That's looking gorgeous. Now you will find there's a little bit of water in there that's come out of the chicken. That's okay. Find a piece. And the idea is to lie it as flat as possible on the wire rack. Try not to have it too thick. By that I mean the height of it, so that it cooks evenly. I'll just put the rest of these on here. The idea of having it on the wire rack is so that it doesn't cook in its own juices. That bit's a bit thick, so I'll just squash that down, spread it out. And one small bit there. Now there's a tiny bit of left in there, and we're going to keep that to baste the chicken halfway through its cooking time. So after about 12-15 minutes, I'm going to take it out, baste it, turn it over, baste it some more if we've got any left. I'll put the oven on a little bit earlier to around about gas mark 8 or 230, 240 degrees, and we're going to put that in there for about 15 minutes or so, as I said, and then take it out, and I'll show you what we do then. While that chicken tandoori is cooking in the oven, I'm going to actually make a start on the rice, because I like to let my rice sit for a little bit after it's cooked. I've got half a cup of rice in there, but again you have to just gauge how many people you're serving. I've put some salt in there already, and just half a teaspoon of turmeric. As simple as that. And then we add the water. And put the heat on. The way I like to cook is to have it on the lowest possible heat. I've used cold water in this case, but you can use warm or boiling water even, which makes it cook just a little bit better, a little bit quicker. I prefer to use cold water on the lowest heat, then it takes its time cooking perfectly. Put the lid on and come back to it in about 10 or 15 minutes. That's it out of the oven after, I gave it a few minutes more, maybe 17-18 minutes. Now we've got to baste it. I'm actually going to use some ghee, or if you haven't got ghee, then melted butter. And just gently drizzle it on top. What this does is it helps keep the chicken moist. And of course gives it that nice buttery type flavour. I've also got some of my sauce left. Now I'm just going to turn them all over. I'm going to do the same this side. My don't know if the microphone will pick it up. We've got a beautiful sounding engine going past right now. If you look back at some of my crick videos, you'll see I had a tour of one of the boats there. Cyprus, I think it was called. Fascinating guy Chris was to talk to about his boat. Right, I'm going to put this back into the oven for another 15 minutes or so. Oh dear, you're getting a bit angry, aren't you? Am I a bit too slow for you? Let's feed them something. They're getting big very, very quickly. Yes, I know I'm feeding them bread, which is not ideal for them. It is seeded bread, so at least a little bit is good for them in there. Well, the chicken has had another 15 minutes or so. What we're going to do next, take it out, do a temperature check to make sure the thickest part of any of the chicken is at 75 degrees C, and then we are going to put the grill on and just char it a little bit on both sides. Right, here we go. Oh, that's looking nice. Just have a look at that. Right, I've got my temperature probe. It's one of these that will make a noise if it's reached the right temperature. And of course, if it doesn't, then we put it back in for a few more minutes. Okay, that's stuck on about 72. Let me just check one or two others. That was 74, 71. So it's not quite 75. So I'm actually going to put it back in for a few more minutes into the oven. Of course, it's very important to get to that temperature to make sure your chicken is safe. Right, let's check the temperature again. You can see they're starting to get those nice sort of grilled char bits on there. Right, I think we're okay there to put it under the grill, so I'm going to turn the oven off, put the grill back on. Right, put that under the grill. We need to leave it in there for 3 or 4 minutes or so, but do not walk away from it, otherwise it may get over charred, let's say. So that's just under the grill there, as you can see. Once that's got enough of the charring that I'm looking for, I'll take it out again, we'll turn it over and we'll char the other side. And in the meantime, the rice has actually been finished. It's looking perfect. Right, that's out the oven for the first side. As you can see, some nice charry bits on there. So I'm just going to turn that over and we char the other side. Now, charring is a little bit of your personal choice. I don't like it over charred, but I do like a little bit. Right, let's just come out the oven. Wow, look at that. Superb. And smell. I wish you had smell-o-vision. Right, time to dish up. And there you go, we've got dished up. I've got turmeric rice, chicken tandoori, cucumber riata, and I've just bought a jar of mango chutney, which I absolutely love with my curries. Now I've got a bit of ghee left over, so I'm just going to drizzle that on top of the tandoori chicken. And there we have it. Chicken tandoori with turmeric rice.